here. Perfect number, Danny. Love how that works out. Okay, let's start with our refuge prayer. Let's say these together in English. To you who by skillful means of compassion were born of the Shakyan race, who cannot be conquered by others, who overcomes the demonic forces, in whose body is radiant like Mount Sumeru. At your lotus feet, King of Shakyas, I pay homage. Whom in the northwest land of Oregon, on the pistil of a lotus, you attained most supreme city, renowned as the lotus form. Hosts of Daikinis surround you. In your footsteps we will follow. Please come and confer your blessings. Guru Padma Siddhi Om. The essential nature of the undeceiving three precious jewels, the supreme expression of the three kayas, the ocean-like Buddhas, the great perfection Dharma King of the three realms. To the feet of Dujam Lingpa I pray. In the play of the pure equality of samsara and nirvana, may Buddhahood be obtained by actualizing realization and liberation. To the skillful Vijayadhara of the past, who is known as Newton Dorje, to the feet of the future conqueror Mobatai, to the present-day regent of Guru Padma, Drogben the translator, to you, Jidro Yeshe Dorje, I pray. In the palace of Ogman Dharmadhatu, the essence itself of all the Buddhas of the three times, actually introducing the Dharmakaya of my own mind, we pray at the feet of our Guru. Seventh branch prayer. I pay homage to the continuously present and unmodified nature of pure presence. I offer the clear light, freedom from depths and limits. I confess within the vast expanse the equality of samsara and nirvana. I rejoice in the great wearing out of reality, freedom from conception. I ask you to always turn the wheel of Dharma, the great perfection, and to churn up the depths of samsara, free from the limiting preconceptions. I dedicate this to reaching the far limit. The earth is anointed with perfumed water and strewn with flowers. Mount Sumeru and the four continents ornamented with the sun and moon. By offering them visualized as a Buddha field, may all sentient beings enjoy the pure land. Idam Ratna Mandala Kamnirya Tayami. To fulfill the needs of all sentient beings in their various states of mental capacity, including lesser, greater, common, and extraordinary vehicles, we beseech you to turn the wheel of our Dharma.
Lama kusum kando la sova de namo arya hayi ke da lu ke tisa tundum da da mi ke lowa penji ke nam chinga da tamje ke do da ke che kan do nyam bang da ba tamje dere se tamje ni da to tra little ever da part of the Buddhism and emancipation like the Dujam lineage. So what we have body, speech, mind. These three collections, then we feel, oh, there's me, I am. So body has many supports. Food, cloth, drinking, everything supporting for the body, and speech, everything, communication, and there is music, like these things, there is many support, and then for the mind, what support we need for the mind. So mind is a very, essential or important among these three, body, speech, mind. Mind is the most important one. But mind has no color, no form, and no designation. We just feel here is me. But in head, in feet, where is that? Out, in, beyond. so, so, when the karmic duration is going to finish, so we are saying, oh no, this is dead. So when dead, this very mind is not dead. When body left, that mind is not dead. In the religion, we said this is Atma. It is not stopping, it is moving other than taking again rebirth, and Buddhism also believe very strong believer of the rebirth. Buddhism is like it. So anyhow, many religions they are showing in the art, and they are talking there is a pure land, paradise, and then there is a hell. So like these things. So that mind which is not going to die and which has no designation, and where it can and where it is now and where it will go, we have no proof. But it is with us, therefore we are saying body, speech, mind, all three is together, then we feel there is me.
Yeah.
So mind's support is called dharma. Dharma is to supporting or company or helping. That is called the dharma. So there is many dharmas in our world. There is Hinduism, there is Sikh, there is Muslim, there is Christian, there is Buddhism. So when really we feel in the mind very difficult case comes, then everybody starting to taking the support of the dharma. Some great better thing happen or difficulty can come, then Christian will say, Hinduism will say, hey Bhagwan, or Muslim will say, Allah. So it means religious or the dharma is really supporter of our mind. So here we are saying, we are talking about the Buddhism. In general, Buddhism means what? So Buddhism means which is the, or which calls everything taught by the Shakyamuni. Siddhartha, the son of Shuddhodana. So all his teaching is called the Buddhism. So his teaching total is there 84,000 volumes. Volumes 84,000. GT, Shitong, 84,000 volumes. That is called the Buddhist. And very important is this Buddhist needs the lineage, proper lineage. Not that you will go and get a book from the bookshop, or this is Buddhist, some tantric book, some that just you go read and you start to practice. It is not working. Because books are like the bulb. So bulb need to fix into the land. And it must be connected to the powerhouse. So it is functioning. Without connected there, if you decorate many bulbs, different colors, nothing is going to happen like this. So there is we need the lineage. So Buddha's all teaching has the lineage. So special then for the tantric, we need very, strong lineage, pure lineage we need. So these are very important, otherwise it is not coming in the hand. So to starting into the Buddhist, then you think, oh, there is 84,000 volumes which Shakyamuni taught. So these all are the Buddhist teachings, Buddha's teachings. So who is the holder of this lineage is called Buddhism, who is working on this. So study and doing practice has big difference. So enlightenment is getting, final enlightenment is getting by the practice. Not only study. Study will getting you degree. And degree, PhD degree is going to getting through the study. But a real practice is the important. Real you like to have the Buddha's seat or liberation stage. So need to do self-practice. So self-practice doing time, then we meet the proper path. How we have to do. We have no enough time to do all the 84,000 volumes study and concentration. So then we need, to extend our life at least 300 years. So that we have no enough. So all these, Buddha's teaching, 84,000, they divide into the 4 parts. So one is saying Vinaya, that contains 21,000 volumes. And one is saying Abhidhamma, that is contains the 21,000 volumes. And then Sutra, that is contains 21,000 volumes. So these 3 is called the 3 baskets. So many people, they think, Buddha's all teaching is contained in the 3 baskets. But then these become only, 63 thousand volumes. So Buddha thought there is, 84,000 volumes. So 21,000 volume is not there. So that very 21,000 volume is called Tantric, which is Shakyamuni taught. Tantric is there. So in the 7th century, end of the 7th century and beginning of the 8th century, like this time. So all the Buddha's teaching was translated and transferred to the Tibet by the help of Padmasambhava. So Padmasambhava is also not being, it is emanation of the Amitabha, Lord Amitabha, Buddha Amitabha's emanation. Not that, reincarnation and emanation in the Tibetan word there is different. In Sanskrit also there is different. Maybe English how it is going, I don't know. So emanation means like the reflection, like the tulpa, like the miracle. It will go 2, 3, 4, 5, but man is there. Reincarnation means who have to change or past, and then take rebirth. So like these things. So we are saying, this is the emanation of the Lord Amitabha. So in general we are saying, Shakyamuni is our real, for Buddhism, Shakyamuni is the great grandpa for all of the Buddhists. But even then they are saying, Shakyamuni is the, sutras master, and the Lord Padmasambhava is the tantric master, as in all our this world they used to say that one also. So going into the Buddhism, so first requirement is we need to have the proper refuge vows to enter into the Buddhist. So proper means the refuge vow from whom you are taking, so he must have the full lineage up to the Shakyamuni. Shakyamuni gave these vows for his student. This student has given this and that, then it will come up to now. So if we got through that lineage, master, and you got the refuge vows, so you promised and you started to doing the requiring things, what is in the refuge vows. So really you enter into the Buddhism from that day. So Buddhism has 2 classes. When Shakyamuni was on this earth at that time, there is 2 classes. One is saying Hinayana, another is saying Mahayana. So to enter into the Mahayana stage, you need the Bodhisattva's vows. After refuge vows, then coming Bodhisattva's vows. Then these 2 vows is complete, then you are allowed to enter into the tantric. Then there is a tantric vows. Now in English all are saying vows, like this translation is saying. But rare is the refuge is vows. There is vows. Vows is you have to promise, there is the duty. Not that you took the refuge vows and then the teacher gave you card and new name and you say, I am Buddhist now. You see, I have this card. My name is this. That is not working. From that day when you hold the, refugee card and a new name and you cut your, Quran chakras, that here and offer to the Buddha's statue, and you promise, what is your duty? Your duty from that day, then you have the duty to do the 10 virtues, to not do the 10 non-virtues. So that is your duty. So that duty is never going to finish until you got the enlightenment. That will remain your duty, number one. Then afterward, then you took the bodhisattva's vows. Then your duty is 6 parameters. 6 parameters, all activity. That is, we are saying instructions. Instructions of the bodhisattvas. Samaya of the tantric. Vow of the refuge. So when we went there, then the lineage holder, your master, is going to give you the instructions of the 6 parameters, how you have to work on the 6 parameters. So when this course is finished, then into the tantric. So need 3 vows to become perfect tantric practitioners. You need the 3 vows. To become just Buddhism, you need the first vow. Because in the Shaujamuni's tent, so his attendant and also his cousin brother, whose name is Ananda. So one day Ananda told the Shakyamuni, how I distinguish the Buddhism and non-Buddhist. He told in front of Shakyamuni. Shakyamuni said, that is easy. Who had proper refuge vows, those are Buddhism. And who have no refuge vows, how much learned, they are not Buddhist. Then again he told, hey Lord, how I will distinguish the Hinayana and Mahayana. Then Sakyamuni told, who have Bodhisattva's vows? On the refuge vow, then second is Bodhisattva vows. Who took? These people is allowed to say, oh Mahayana. And who have no Bodhisattva vows, just refuge vows only, so these are Hinayana. So there is 3 vows that, first vow is, we are saying, in the Tantric, this is also, in Tibetan translation, they says, this is vow, Tomba. So this is Lapa. Lapa means the instructions, Bodhisattva's instructions. And then Tantric vows are called Samaya. Samaya means really promised things. So when you promise, then you have to do. Otherwise, then it will react. So then we are saying, oh, these are the Samaya idiot. Samaya eater. So this is general. And all the Buddha's teaching, 84,000 volumes, you can divide into the 9 parts. 9. Then you say, first 3. First 3 is, you say, this is the outer path, or outer vehicle. We say vehicle? Vehicle. So vehicle, why we are saying vehicle means, if we enter into the vehicle or we use the vehicle, it will make you to move. So therefore, this all the Buddha's teaching, if you enter into the proper way, so it will going to moving towards the enlightenment side yourself. So therefore it says the vehicles. So these 3 are, first 3 is outer vehicles. Then second 3 is called inner vehicles. Then third 3 is called sacred vehicles. So first 3, then we are saying Shuruvaka, Partika Buddha, and Bodhisattva. That is we are saying, or outer vehicles. Then inner vehicle, 3 inner vehicles, then we are saying Upaya Yoga, Kriya Yoga, and Yoga. These three is called the inner vehicles. And the sacred vehicle, then we are saying Maha, Anu, Ati. So these 3 are the sacred vehicles. Then Penal is finished. After that, we done full course, then there is no doubt. Then we will find Buddha is ourselves. So Buddhism believe that all the sentient beings, all being has the Buddha essence, Buddha's seed. Therefore we are trying to cultivate this and to get the real fruit of Buddha. So therefore we are working on this. If we have no Buddha seed, then why we will work? Then there is no hope. Without a seed, then there will be no fruit. So all beings, what they like, then Buddha says, you should put yourself example, not others. You put yourself example, what you like. I like the peace, happy. I don't like to have torture, say, this, that, difficulty. I like very relaxed and peaceful. So other also they like same. All beings they like the peaceful and happiness. This is the same idea. And nobody like to have pain and suffering. So then Buddha says, if your wish is to become peaceful and happy, then what is the seed? Seed is what? The peaceful seed. And then the suffering's seed. What is the suffering's seed? What is the peaceful seed? Then Buddha says, you must know that. Otherwise, wrong seed and you are waiting for the right fruit, that is never coming. You put, in your field, you put the rice stuffs, rice seed, and then you are waiting for the barley. Never coming. That never coming. So peaceful and happiness seed is 10 virtues. So we all like to have peaceful and happiness, and our working and doing, sitting or sit is non-virtues. Then there is nothing is coming. What we hope, for what we are waiting is not coming. Not waiting is coming on the head. Give at you. So, and then Buddhism is a, harmless religion, not like the fun religions. Fun religions, then there is white fun and black fun, like this, shamanism. So white shamanism maybe is not doing the sacrificing. Otherwise, black one is for all the puja, they have to do the sacrificing. So Buddhism has no allowed to do the sacrificing. No. And also there is, in the Hinduism there is many ways how to do the sacrificing. And also in the Muslim they have Saya, Sanya, two group of the Muslims. So mostly Sanayal, I think. So they have very famous in the sacrificing. So Buddhas, Buddhas in the 10 virtues, then they are saying, first one is saying don't take the other's life. From the body, then we have 3 things to not do. Buddha says, now we are going to the 10 virtue, 10 non-virtue. So I think this is the regeneration age, so better we will talk about the 10 non-virtue. It will catch very quick, and then we think opposite of that, then going to recognize the 10 virtue. So some of my Dharma friends, they are saying, in your advertise, you say you are talking about the 10 virtues, but you are explaining here 10 non-virtues. This is regeneration age, so better to say the non-virtues. So non-virtue, then first non-virtue is body's 3, body has 3. So that then we are saying, sochu means the killing. Then majin means stealing. Then loyam, sexual misconduct. Like these 3, the body, which Buddha says done. And then from the speech, then there is 4. Chun means telling lie. Dhamma, doing the divisive speech, going there and and going this side and saying this is true. Afterwards, these 2 will getting good, angry and fighting. Then we enjoy in that divisive speech. Chun, Dhamma, Sikchu, harsh words. Now tell, no meaning talking. So this, some translated, this is adult thoughts. Yeah, like this, no meaning. So these 4 things, Buddha says don't. And then 3 from the mind. Navsam means jealous. Navsam means malicious thoughts. Then lokta means the wrong view. So these 3 things you have to eliminate. So just entering into Buddhism is like that. So there, if we really try to do the, enter into Buddhism and try to do according to this, even it is not going immediately enlightenment, but the man is become very perfect, useful man for the community also. Not telling lie, not thieving, not killing. So, trustworthy. Man is trustworthy. Then in the tantric, so tantric there is many paths. So many people think, oh, there is, Mahamudra is different, one path. And then Dzogchen, or the great perfection, is another path. And Madhyamika is another path. No. There is no difference. So, Lord Padmasambhava says, Mahamudra is the root, like the one tree. Root is Mahamudra. Then trunk of the tree. That one is the medium path, Madhyamika. Then the fruit. Fruit is the great perfection. So it is one tree. No different. So many in the Eastern also there is who have no full understanding, not a full knowledge, shortage of knowledge, and then pride and secularism mind is coming jealous. So I say, oh, I am practitioner of the Mahamudra. This Dzogchen, nothing like these things. Some are saying, oh, I am Dzogchen. No, Dzogchen is nothing. But they don't know what they have to say, they don't know. So they, like this shortage of the knowledge. Like once I went in Nevada there. So I found one Nepali family is there. So they are, they have house and they stayed on in US a long time, and they brought their grandma. So she arrived there and it's going 3 months. Then she is always saying for the grandchild, now when you are taking me to USA, she's already in the Nevada for 3 months. She arrived. And she thinks USA is some children. Like these things happen. So all the, all the sects, like in Tibet, when first translated Buddhism, when the Padmasambhava came in the end of 7th century and held for the King Tisong Dirchen, and they established the Samaya University. So now they are saying Samaya Monastery, like this. Monastery itself is a university. So that's the time. So in Tibet there is no different sects, no sects. So they are saying, Buddhist, that. So there is, tantric division, who are doing tantric practice, who are doing the, sutra way, who are doing tantra way. There is truth. That, from the beginning in India, when Lord Buddha was there, that time also there is two different classes. Two classes. So one is Tantrism, another is Vinaya, Sutra. Sutra, Tantra, there is two. So when Tantra opened, then that time in the beginning of 8th century, they named the two classes. One is saying, who have to shave all the hairs and wear the orange colored dress. So that is Vinaya. Vinaya's class. And one who keep the hairs and wearing white robes. So these are the tantric. So there is become two class continuing. So actually, panel when we are going to the enlightenment, at that time, last panel stage, we have to go into the tantric. There is. So in the tantric, then there is many. First there in Tibet, afterward, then again translated in the 13th century like this, then translated, second translation, they done from India to Tibet. Then they say, oh, this is new translation. New translation is called the oral lineage, like these things, so that they named good. Then before translated that Buddhism, then they started to say old translation. Then Nyingma. Nyingma means old translation and new translation. So after this, then Saja, then Gelu. Sometimes then there is become 8 class in Tibet, then 10 class, then again not disappear, again they dissolve each other. Now left only 4. Tibetan who are doing Buddhism practice, they have the 4 class, 4 sects. So first one is saying Nyingma, then Kagyu, then Saja, then Gelug. Gelug is a new one. So here we are talking about the Nyingma. So Nyingma has many parts. There is Nyingtik, there is also the Longchen Nyingtik, and then there is many, because Padmasambhava was a Tamil, so he taught many tantrics, important tantrics for the future generation, and he held into the treasure, and then he gave the duty for his students. Such a time, you have to take the human birth on this earth, and you have to discover those which I heightened in this place. So that, and then that time, that will be useful, like this thing. So there is, 128 like these treasure founders are there. So each treasure founder has the path, how to do the practice in the right way. From the preliminary practice, beginning into the tantric to the enlightenment. So there is a full path. So in the Western, so here, I experience, so this, many people, they like to do the tantric practice, Buddhism tantric practice, but they are not on the one path. They test this path a little, and then change this path a little, and then other teacher can this path a little, and then other things, oh, this is little, and the friend give the information, oh, this path is good, then again change there, this path a little. So, 30, 40 years now, all the Buddhists, everything, energy is coming to the West. So Chögyam Trungpa's then his students, those are the oldest into the Buddhism. But those also, they changing many paths, searching this, and all time is finished. And touch many things, but no complete, no moving forward. So practice is not moving. So here, today we have to talk about the Tunjom New Treasure. Tunjom New Treasure is the one full path in which I belong. I've done little practice in this Tunjom lineage, Tunjom New Treasure, and then, like the Changter, Northern Treasure, like this thing, which I done the practice, and I am on this path. So then, many people think, oh, now this, Dharma is like the taking rest, and secular, the worldly work is really work. And many people say, oh, I really tried now, this headache working too much. Now really I like to do the Dharma and take rest. No, dharma is more difficulty than the worldly work. Real when you will do, you will feel until you will get the little test, little experience, self-experience. Spiritual movement is not others' help. There is need support, others support, but then you have to move forward yourself. Who like to get the enlightenment is you, which we are telling me. That very me, that very me is mind, which is the boss. According to mind's order, then our body is working. Up to the death, this will do work. According to the mind's order, then our speech will talk. Everything. The biggest boss is mind. So which never show up his face. We never saw how it looks like, but we are serving from birth to death. So that one to get really understanding how we will catch this and how we will move this into the enlightenment. So this is the path. So in Rinpoche, say, we are saying Rinpoche new treasure. So Rinpoche new treasure is, work of the two Rinpoche Rinpoches. First Rinpoche Rinpoche is, we are saying Chhodak Rinpoche Lingpa. Then second is saying Jupiter Ishi Doji. These two Rinpoche Rinpoches, how much discovered. And these Rinpoche Rinpoche, when Padmasambhava is in Tibet, so he is also there in Tibet, and he is a translator, and his name is Kichung Lotsaba. Padmasambhava is 10, he is Kichung Lotsaba. Shakyamuni is 10, he is Shariputra. And this is our generation 10, then Jupiter is Doji. Then before this, the Chhodak Rinpoche Lingpa. So Chhodak Rinpoche Lingpa and Jupiter is Doji. Their work is Chhodak Rinpoche Lingpa, there is 50 volumes, and then Jupiter is Doji, there is 17 volumes. So these two together has the full, from beginning, starting to the enlightenment up to this. There is 5. So in the Western side, that is mostly all the great teachers, they are teaching mostly about the Rinpoche treasures. Like Sogyal Rinpoche. So he himself is in the lineage of Sogyal. He had to, that time Sogyal, his previous life is a treasure hunter. So he had to work on that. And besides this, he is giving very, he is making to move mostly his student into the Rinpoche lineage. So this is our generations 10, right 10 to the Rinpoche lineage. So his eminence Changdu Rinpoche now passed away. So Changdu Rinpoche has many students. So he is in Tip. Changdu Rinpoche himself is real in Tip's lineage holder. But mostly his students all went into all working into the Rinpoche new treasure. And the Nampame Rinpoche. And he also, his many students who are working, they are working into the, Rinpoche lineage. And many other teachers, they are working into the Rinpoche new lineage. So that Rinpoche new treasure. So Rinpoche new treasure has, real this is, if we will work in the proper way, it is a shortcut. really fresh, lineage is very strong, energy, everything is there, perfect is there. So we have to start from the preliminary practice. First one is, all the tantric foundation is preliminary. First, preparation, how you become a good Buddhism tantric practitioner. Then you need to start from the preliminary practice. So before this, you need to have the refuge vows, bodhisattva's vows, then going into the Mondo. Mondo is a preliminary practice. So Mondo, then we are saying Mondo is the second, then we are saying 500,000. Work is 500,000. Mondo preliminary practice. So first one is refuge. Refuge with the first session 100,000. So before starting this, there is, we are saying general preliminary practice. Then we have to do the concentration on the four things first. First one is how difficult to getting a human life, perfect human life. Number one, doing concentration on this. Then, which has the 18 qualities. Then, second one is impermanent. Then, third is, karma. Karma never going mixing up. So before I told you put the rice seed and it will come rice stuff. And you put the wheat is coming, danger is coming. You put wrong seed and waiting there, never coming back. So that karma, about the karma concentration. Then thinking about the suffering of the samsara. So samsara we are saying, many samsara. The samsara is, all these 6 realms together is called the samsara. First one up is God, then demigod, then human being, then animal, then hungry God, then hell. All total this is called the samsara. So all these 6 realms has the beings. So all being has the suffering. And all being has also there is the seed of Buddha. That is Buddha Shaka meaning he said and he experienced. So we have to think about these 4 things. So that in translation they are saying turning mind to what dharma, something spiritual like these things.
The thoughts of turning the mind.
For thoughts of turning mind. Turning mind. That is called the general preliminary practice. Then special preliminary practice, there is 5 things to do. So first one, we are doing the first session with the refuge prayers. First session 100,000. Then second is doing recitation and visualization of the refuge tree. That is called the bodhicitta. Like this. Then there is a mandala offering 100,000. This is 100,000. This is 100,000 mandala offering. Then 100 seed syllabus of the Vajrasattva 100,000. Then 50 is Guru Yoga. So Guru Yoga is the most important in the country. So these all are the preparation for the Guru Yoga. So when you finish this all, then you have to get very strong on the Guru Yoga. Then Guru Yoga is the real foundation for the three inner vehicles and the three sacred vehicles. Foundation is Guru Yoga. All the way it is Guru. So that is the preliminary practice. When preliminary practice, you finish the Guru Yoga like this, then you have to go into the three roots practice. So three root, then we are entering into the tantric, then we are saying three root. So in the Mahayana we have 9 refuge objects. In just entering into the Buddhism, then you can say there is three refuge objects. And including the teacher who gave you this lineage and duty, including this, then we say 4. Otherwise it is only 3. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That is called 3 outer refuge objects of the Buddhism. Then second one is called 3 root. 3 root means Guru, Dawa, Dakini. That is called the 3 root. So that is the inner refuge object. 3 inner refuge object is Guru, Deva, Dakini. Then 3 sacred refuge object is Nimanakaya, Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya. So total there is 9 refuge objects. So among these 3 roots practice, when you want to finish preliminary practice, all 500,000 duty is finished, then you have to go into the practice of the 3 roots. So here in the Dinjom New Treasures lineage, which I have, which I got from Dinjom Rinpoche himself, he is my root teacher, Juta is the second Dinjom Rinpoche. So then this lineage, then we are studying from the Dakini, Rishi Chhodak's practice, Dakini's practice first, then Guru's practice. Then during final is Yidam's practice. Lab-born Parmasambhava is the Guru, Rishi Chhodak is the Dakini, Vajrakilaya is the Deva. Guru, Deva, Dakini. 3. That practice is good. Then this can need many retreats. So when this course is finished, then you have to go into the 5 importance for yogi.
Essential yogas.
Yeah, 5 essential yogas. So that is studying. So first one is coming Tummo, then Juli, illusionary body, then Nilam, dream yoga, Tummo, Juli, Nilam, dream yoga, then we are adding the Ch also. Ch is the feast, or what is it? In general, feast. Yeah, feast offering, like this thing. Then yourself crystallize practice. Like this much is coming. So after finishing these 5 complete, then there is the higher practice is Tikchu, that is big course. Then Galu, That is the because. Then herself, then finish, up to that. So in this Dinjam New Treasures lineage, in the first Dinjam which is 10, so 13 great practitioners, they show in the demonstrate the rainbow body and then. So many practitioners who went into the rainbow body did not demonstrate. There is many. Even now there is in this lineage many are going. They keep going into the rainbow body like this. Many lineage also. Then any other question you will say, then better you will talk. About Buddhism, about what? Meditation, visualization, whatever you like. Question you can do. Use it.
I have a question. What was the one of the five after Chhodak, the fifth?
Yourself. Yourself is also crystal light, clear light.
Okay.
Light practice.
Yes, please. You were saying the Guru is Padmasambhava. Who did you say for Deva?
Deva Vajra Kilaya.
I'm sorry?
Vajra Kilaya.
Vajrapaya for Deva.
Deva is Vajra Kilaya.
And then who for Dakini?
Dakini is Yishi Chojal. White Yishi Chojal.
Thank you.
Guru is left born Padmasambhava. The Hindu New Testament says three root is this three. Yes. Any other question?
To do these different practices, you initiate that through empowerments. A direct empowerment, is that how you would start on the different practices?
Understand.
He wants to know with the different practices, do you start them by receiving an empowerment first?
Actually, all the deities, all the deities has the empowerment in the tantric. Even Dharmapalas have the empowerment. All the deities. When you got the empowerment, and if you keep the samaya of getting empowerment as you promise, so you have to do practice. But in the path, then first when we will come through the mondo, like these things, first preliminary practice. Who finish the preliminary practice and also three roots practice, and then they will do the any deities practice with getting empowerment. It is going immediately, accomplishment. And without preliminary practice, and if you go to the empowerment and you keep your samaya too, it will take a long time to accomplish, because your background or the foundation is not strong. Yeah?
Rinpoche, when you get the three root practices, do you consider that there's a length of time to do those practices, or do you think that you'll know when you get there, basically?
No, there is all the three roots practice is coming like this. There is, you decide with the counting, the recitation, counting, and You decide by the 10, like that, oh, I am going to do the 3 root Ishichoja's practice for 6 months retreat. So it is went through the 10. You decide the 10. And if you say, oh, I am going to do this, mostly 10 or the, mantras number or the sign, these 3 things. So mostly the teacher will decide when you reach there, so your root teacher will say you, or you have to do this. With the 10 means 6 months like this retreat. And with the number means then there is, 2,400 thousands.
For the Ishichoja,
Yeah.
for the Nyempa,
Nyempa, Drupa, like this, there is,
2,400,000. Recitations of the mantra.
yeah, like that are going, that, with the, counting numbers. And best is up to the sign coming.
Yeah.
And that is the best. But this will take a long time. Maybe if your concentration and the background, your everything is right, means maybe that is the shortest time. It looks like this is long time.
I have a question.
Mhm.
When you're counting your prostration, this is a technical question.
Mm.
How are you counting? I mean, do you use a mala?
Yeah, Mara count. Okay.
And how do you do that while you're doing it? I've heard that.
Use a tally counter.
Really? How do you do it?
He-
Yeah.
Yeah, use a tally counter, keep it where you're going to end up with your hands, and then when you put your hands up, just click it. That's, yeah. And then you don't have to think about the number.
That's,
Do your reservations. Click it when your hand goes in there.
yeah.
Well, you,
I
could,
only
you
have
could,
2 arms. If I had a third one, that would work.
well, couldn't you also kind of, you can figure out, like, if you're doing it for an hour, how many prostrations, more or less, you can do in that time? Is that,
You
I
can
mean,
do
is
that,
that
but
close enough?
you'll
or-
tend to go do more as your body gets stronger.
Mhm,
I think on Sunday we talk a lot about number, don't we? Have like a little day.
The whole
about
day.
number.
Yeah, okay. We will talk all in detail.
Because I think what I was thinking before is, I mean, you do the prostration, you go through these different stages.
Yeah.
And I wonder what is the interaction, like, say, between the student and the teacher? Is, dividing the different stages of practice.
Well, you would want to, the teacher will give you the instruction, then you do practice, and then you have to report to the teacher
Okay, all right.
how you're doing or questions
Yeah,
that come
yeah.
up, and then the teacher gives you more instruction. It's like there's
Okay.
secret oral
As
instructions.
you finish a certain
Yeah,
set, then you go
as you
to the
finish or
next.
as you get certain experiences or
Mhm.
certain problems, then you want to be in touch with your teacher. What do I do about this? And then that's what the guru is for. You get direct instruction for you,
Right.
what you need to do to keep you on the path. So you should have your teacher should be available to guide you. And this is a dilemma in
That's what I
these
was-
times. Teachers aren't always available to give those personal instructions. Traditionally, that's what you would do. You do retreat with your guru, and every day they're monitoring you and giving you instruction and guiding you.
Mhm.
So,
Wow, so how is that handled today?
Depends on the
With
teacher.
difficulties?
some teachers have, they live in their residence in a Dharma center, and students are there. It just depends. Depends on the teacher, and it depends on the student's effort to contact the teacher. You have to go to your teacher. Don't expect your teacher to come according to your convenient time and your convenient place and your convenient budget. You have to make the effort to go. Seek your teacher. So it's
Not difficult,
Mhm.
No, due to the Sundays, there is, kindness, so world is become small. So before, like 13th century, like this, Miller was a teacher, Marpa. So Marpa, he had to go in to see his root teacher in India. So 3 months working. He had to bring all his food and all camping stuffs, and then he had to walk all the crossing way to see the Guru. So now it is no difficulty. Within 24 hours you will get any other place.
So we don't have an excuse.
If you will wait for the teacher coming, then waiting, then very difficult. Then your whole time is going finishing. So in the Sanskrit we are saying, sleeping tiger's mouth, they are never coming. So you have to run to catch the deer. Any other question? So first, to searching Guru is important. You should be very careful to searching the Guru. So many in the Western, many people I found, I'm checking in the mirror, so they are telling, oh, since I am Buddhist now, it is 30 years I am doing practice Buddhism. And who will be my best teacher among these 8? So 8 Lama's name. Among these 8, then who will be my best teacher? So 30 years already in the Buddhist. But after 30 years, no decision about the root teacher, no path, no right path, no teacher. Just jumping all around. So to searching right teacher is important. So when you go to decide, then you should try to push in the one path. So keep doing practice in the one path. Anyhow it is moving. Or you change the path, then you come again. You have to start there. Then again you change, then that also again starting another one. Then there will be no ending. Therefore my teacher, Juraj, when he is saying, you should be very confident, you should have the confidence yourself to take the decisions. Otherwise, you need like the iron border, big iron border on the top of mountain. They are sitting. So how much wind comes? Nothing. No shaking, nothing. Like that, people, then you can do the secular work. Work is really going success. And do the spiritual practice. Practice is also going success. Because it has the, what is it, determination of this solid.
Conviction.
Not that, like the grass on the hillside. When the east wind comes, you are going to the west. When the west wind comes, you are going to the east. So then nothing is happening. So it's confident. Then meet the devotion also. Devotion is important. Devotion, trust. So here we are saying, there is three kinds of the devotions. So we are saying we need confident devotion. So other two is, one is saying, liking devotion and wishing devotion, then confident devotion. Liking devotion, you go into the some, monastery like this thing, there is very fancy, statues and everything, decoration is very good. You say, how nice. So that never taking you to the enlightenment side, nothing, just So little better is vision devotion. When you will see the Shakya Muni's statue, even this Shakya Muni's head, you will see, then you feel, this is the Shakya Muni. So this is the founder of this our Buddhism. So how he attained the enlightenment. So then like the Jataka Kata. Jataka Kata is Shakya Muni's past life. Then past life it is going up to the 500, 1,000? Yeah, 1,000. 500 is in the Bodhisattva's stage, 500 is in the ordinary beings, good-hearted being. So all this story together is true, that is called Jataka Kata. So how much he worked for the benefiting others. So finally then he got, into the Toshita, God's realm, when he was the Bodhisattva. Then from there again he came to serving the beings on this earth. Total he spent 91 years and 7 months old, then he passed away. So up to this, then 1,000 lives he worked to really becoming the enlightenment. So when we will see like the Buddha's sign, photo or the statue, anything, we think, I must follow, I must work hard. I like to become like him. So you're thinking this, there is literally meaning. And really confident is, I must do like the Sakya Muni. I really like to have the enlightenment. So I must, from today's on, I'm going to start really working on this path. So I like to move. I don't like to squat a single minute without purpose. So in the purpose, my life's purpose is putting into the ready to move to get the enlightenment. So like this, then confident devotion. So, any other questions?
You did a very good job explaining.
Hmm?
You did a really good job explaining things.
No question. No question is two meaning. One, what I talk, everything God. Hmm? Everything God, no question. I didn't. Hmm? Or what I talk, nothing is God. No question.
Say if we are doing a practice and you're traveling or whatever, how would we make contact with you, for different,
Hmm.
like say if we're having a problem, how do we communicate with you?
Suppose you are doing practice under my guardian and you got difficulty, then to ask a question,
Mhm.
then you can ask me with the email.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll give you our secret phone number. my little red cell phone.
I was getting worried. I knew there was something. Our direct phone number to heaven.
That's one of the reasons why Rinpoche doesn't want to start Dharma centers, for example, and be caught up in the administration of all these huge organizations, so that you can be available to the students.
That's so important.
I have a question,
Yes,
because if you've gone through, to some extent, you've taken your refuge vows and a bodhisattva vow,
no.
how strong a foundation do you have to have in those first preliminaries before you move on to the tantric levels? When do you decide that, actually? How can you decide that? Because
When you
how do
took
you
the
know?
refuge vows,
When?
when you took the refuge vows, then you say,
Yes. Well, I probably took them first time many years ago, maybe 20 years ago, and then I retook them, I don't know. I'm not good with years. I don't know, maybe 6 years ago, and then I took the bodhisattva vow about 4 years ago. I think. But I retook the refuge vow, I think. But I can't, I don't feel that I do my first stages very well, so I don't feel like I can move on. I'll never move on at this rate.
Refuge in my lineage, then actually the refuge, when you will take the refuge vows, so there is, recitations. So there the recitation, they are saying 100,000, but I think is too much, because nowadays degeneration age and all people are very busy. If you will keep doing this 100,000, then you are going to lose all your TV programs. So I'm giving only 10,000.
I can probably pull
Do
that
the
off.
10,000. So that's the 10,000. When the refuge well, then his duty is to do this 10,000 visitations. When this is finished, then authorized to have the Bodhisattva vows. Then there is also some visitations. So when this is finished, then you start the mondo.
So if you've already taken these refuge in another lineage or something, do you believe you have to start over? Do you have to start over? If I was going to go do the tantric path with your lineage? Would I have to start at the refuge again? Yeah. Probably.
Not so strong. Milarepa, when first time he went to learning the black curse. Black curse?
Yeah.
Yeah, black curse.
White curse.
So he went to Lama Chhodak place. And other 6 Dolpo from Nepal side. 6 young boys are there also. So these 7 people went to searching the Lama. So they came to the Lama Chhodak's place. And then he's looking these 7 people. And he said, okay. So tomorrow is interview. Then today you take rest. So they done the rest and then tomorrow went. And then he said, might this curse, when I got this curse, I got very difficulty. I suffer many about these things. So it's not an easy one. So therefore, now you have to each one stand up and then promise me how many teachers you have. So one boy stand up. Yeah, I have 3 teachers. So if you like to learn this black curse, you have to abandon all your 3 teachers to this on. Are you ready? I said, yes, I am ready to abandon my teachers. Okay, then another, then all are saying, then Mila, you stand up, then Mila stand up. And he said, how many teachers you have? Then he said, I have 1 teacher who taught me how to read and write. And he is very kind for me. And you have to abandon this from today. You don't say that he is your teacher. He said, no, I'm sorry. I can't say this because he really helped me. Otherwise, if he not help, then I can't read. So how I will give up him? I'm not going to give up this teacher, and I'm not going to giving up you also here. I really need to learn this culture. So he is saying these things. So after all these 6 other Mula's friends, they all 6 is ready to abandon their teachers. Then panel, then teacher says, yeah, now he is, in the interview he is passed, you can see. I will teach you. Rest all you are failed. And by learning this curse and the next step, some other thing you have to learn from the teacher, that time you are going to abandon me also. That is sure, this is proof, you people go away. But here that is not a case. Nothing is going to abandon and nothing is going to accept. Because you took refugee vows and not work properly. So that is a Buddhism refugee vow. If you are from the Hinduism entering into Buddhism, or Christian and coming into Buddhism, then really is changing channel. So Buddhist into Buddhism, nothing is the same. Yeah? Yeah? But whenever you took, then you have to start. When you go to the vows, from that days on, you start your duty. If duty is forgotten, then nothing. Nothing is got. Only the name card, that is not a law. Really law is when you took the refuge was from your teacher and you promised to do this, and teacher instead to you. So you are on the duty. So that taking refuge is not an easy job. Real we will think then that is most difficult job. So to do the 10 virtues and to not to do the 10 non-virtues. Without doing 10 non-virtues, then how we will live on this earth? And that much case is coming. Cover. Say, oh yes, I will not do, I will do. That is easy. Real, then after, each 24 hours, you should keep 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and you do concentration and check yourself here. Don't try to check the other's fault, your fault here, in this day, in these 24 hours. What virtue I done, what non-virtue I done. You should check yourself. You put yourself witness, then you will know how strong practitioner is you. Then you will know. So nobody is checking something. Everybody's eyes is there to check the other's fault.
Yeah.
No chance to check the own fault. So that is important to thinking, to care, not to capital awareness or what is mindfulness. So spiritual practice, when you will go step by step, then it is going higher. Then afterward, then really you will going yourself for experience. If you done some fault and you ignore that one, so then afterward it will stop. Then there is difficulty. Yeah. Many people today who finish the 3-year retreat, these things, and now they are doing the yoga practice. So yoga practice, each has the level, measure, or what is it? First measure, second measure, there is many. So then they can this, okay. Now this is really not okay now. There is no hiding, no chance to tell lie. You have to demonstrate in front of your teacher, your Dharma friend. You have to demonstrate, and not working. It's now. So it means then that side something is wrong. Some place you will. Mostly you come like the turtle, but some place you So in the high level of the tantric, very important is about the Guru Yoga, like these things I think. So all the 9 refuge objects is contained into your root Guru or not. Like these papers are important. if you have the capacity to see your root guru in the form of the Padmasambhava, or your root guru in the form of the Madatara, or your root guru in the form of the, Vajrakilaya, Hai Vajra, like this. All practice is depending on the guru. Not that you are doing visualization direct or Chakra So you saw the Chakra as a statue, you saw the Chakra as an art. You never met the alive Chakra You have no experience. So how you will do the visualization? So your mind is going to, conceptual thought will taking some photo, then this is flat, flat Chakra or some statue, then it is solid Chakra non-living Chakra So visualization means that is living one. So how to bring the life into this form? So need all about the Guru Yoga. So first practice, then like the 9 refuge objects we have. First outer 3 we are saying, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So you have to think and concentrate that your very teacher, your root teacher. So body is Sangha, and the root teacher's speech is Dharma, and the root teacher's mind is Buddha. And the root teacher's body is Guru, speech is Dawa, mind is darkening, so 3 root is there. So your root Guru's body is Nimanakaya, speech is Sambhogakaya, mind is Dharmakaya. So 3 kayas are there. So all total 9 refuge objects is contained in one Guru. So that Guru you can see in any deity's form. If you have a full trust and confident, the 9 refuge object is contained into your root group. Then you focus this, concentrate to see your root guru in the form of the Padmasambhava, or in the form of the medicine Buddha. Like this, only one first try. Most, in the, all the my Dharma friends, they are doing mostly practice about the Padmasambhava. Root guru into the form of Padmasambhava. If it comes, one is coming perfect, then easy to change into different deities. So therefore, that is important one. Even in the Zen Buddhism, so there are some high Zen teachings, so they are saying also saying, they are saying, your abbot, you have to see your abbot is a living Buddha. If you will see your abbot is a man or the being, human being, then you are fat. So that much is doing. No, sir. Any question?
See, when we we do the first 100,000 prostrations, part of that you're visualizing, there's a certain visualization along with the mantras.
There is, yeah,
Yeah.
there is.
And what exactly happens when you do this? I mean, I know you learn to visualize it, you learn the mantra, you go through the motions, but what is actually happening inside?
Exactly, then we are getting, victory from the Iraq. Happy Guri.
So we're getting victory from Iraq.
Seriously. Usually doing 100,000 frustration will making you really Buddhist. And confidence is coming in the mind. There is coming the trust which is never going to fading up. Trust is coming. And other side, then there is, bodies, all the obscurations are going to purify. Up to date, up to now. So, Buddhism believes rebirth. That is sure. So how many life I took up to now? No count less I took. So in all the past life, including this life also, so how much animal killed by me? How many human being killed by me? Or how many others belonging I done keep. So how many sexual misconduct I done up to date. So all are going to purify me. These are the three obscuration, three sins from the body. All these karmic deaths are going to purify me. So therefore that is it. Thank you. Any other? So Guru Yoga, doing Guru Yoga, then there is, four ways how to do the proper Guru Yoga practice. So outer Guru Yoga practice is to do the supplications, supplication prayers of the Guru. Then second is doing recitation and visualization. Visualization and recitation. So that is starting the generation stage. Generation stage of the tantric is building from there. That is called generation stage, and we will say Maha status. And the inner, that is inner. Inner, that is the Lord. So, separate how to do the Guru Yoga practice. That is, you have to do the Guru Yoga practice to purify your channels, winds, and essence. So that is the Anu. Anu step is there. And the most sacred is how you experience your premortal mind or the nature of the mind. So that is called the Ati. Ati, or you can say Ati. Ati is in Sanskrit and translated in Tibetan, then they say Dzogchen. Then Dzogchen translated into the English, they say great perfection. Great perfection. So these are the 4 ways how to do the Guru Yoga in proper way.
Thank you, that was very wonderful. That was a very good explanation.
Any other question?
Also, if you're coming from a yogic background, yogic practices, and are there physical, like yoga practices that we would do also as part of, I guess, purification of the body and the breath?
There is.
Focusing.
In the Anu here says, channels, winds, essence. So this is the way. So that is stage, then there is many exercises.
So these are, as we go along, we learn more wind channels and chakras. And
Naturally, all the we have, 5 main chakras. So from there, then there is many branches. Total there is 100 deities. Energy is in this body. 42 peaceful deities, 58 wrathful deities. Total is 100 deities, which is called Shito, peaceful and wrathful. Total is 100. So our body is a palace of the 100 deities.
Rinpoche, is there a specific Shitra practice in the Dijam New Treasures?
Shito, yeah. Shito, there is a big Shito are big. So one of the root shadow that they are saying curling shadow. Curling shadow. Actually, curling shadow was discovered by the Tibetan Karma Limba. But then, after a long time, so it has missing many things, and this it is not going in the right. So in the Katham, Padmasambhava says the future it is going wrong. So do correction by the Dinjum. Dinjum, which is duty, is many other old treasures which is broken, which has shortage, everything to fixing up is Dinjum, which is duty. As Padmasambhava says. So Dinjum is work this. So Karmi Shadow is in the Dinjum, so new treasure site. Then there is Dinjum himself discovered shadow is there. And the real shadow, when you took the Ngakpa's vows, Tantric Ngakpa's vows, after Ngakpa's vows, then you have to do the shadow each month one time. On the 15th. Like the monks, they had on the 30th they had to do, or on the 15th they had to do the sojong like this thing, doing the correction. So, Ngakpa's correction is Shiro. I think Shiro is a big foundation. One is happened in the Indonesia side, in the ancient edition really happened some Shiro's big function is there.
So that's where it was originally from? Was that where it was originally from?
Not the original all are coming from India.
Right, okay.
So after this, they went in Indonesia. Last year, they archaeologists they discovered Vajra Sattvas, very big statue on it, and they discovered many other Vajra Sattva statues and also mandalas carved on the rock, or some are printed into the clay. Maybe many things are coming.
Rinpoche, if I'm not mistaken, you basically just said that Guru Yoga is really the most important thing on the path, right? I'm just trying to help clarify that.
Guru Yoga is important.
It's the most important thing.
Yes. Like for me, first how I served my Guru. So from the birth, when I am child, then my family is Buddhism. My father is a traditional like this, and I have some naturally little nature devotion for the Shakyamuni, and try to reading the Shakyamuni's sutra like this when I started to reading practice. So thinking about all his talks, really it found me. He never depended on anything. His all teaching is, I done this and I got this result. I done this, I got this result. So everything is that. What he done and he got this result. So like this, everything is that. And then final, then he says, this is the all teaching with my experience. So being to the Buddha, how to become being to the Buddha is here. Now that is with you. Now you people try. So his teaching is that. So I really feel that is very good one. And I got more devotion for the, really confident devotion for the Shakyamuni. And his final, last teaching is, Mahaparinirvana Sutra, which he taught at Kushinagar before his death. So there are many prophecies. So among these prophecies are reading. So then there is the Padmasambhava. How Padmasambhava is going to manifest after the Buddha's death. 24 years, yeah? After 24 years, Buddha's death, then Padmasambhava is going to manifest on the lotus in the Dharmakosh Bay, near the Ojin, so, kingdom. So then he is going to open everything that Shakyamuni taught. Some taught on this earth, some taught not on the earth, some taught on the Mount Sumeru side, some taught in the other pure lands. So everything, Tangle, what Shakyamuni taught, everything is going to clarify and make it easy to do the practice for these world's people. So there is prophecy from him. So by this prophecy, then I really got full trust to the Padmasambhava. So in the Padmasambhava's Kathan, biography, Kathan, so in the Kathan, then there is many prophecies. So in the Kathan, Padmasambhava's prophecies, then it says, there is, Chichung Rosa's emanation, who his father name is this, and then country and the, city, all, everything is written, age, everything, which age taking birth, like this for the Dinyo Rinpoche. Both of Dinyo Rinpoche is there in the beginning of 8th century. Padmasambhava wrote that prophecy. So that this is right. Then I got, I trust Buddha. By the Buddha's prophecy and all proof, I trust Padmasambhava. Padmasambhava's prophecy and everything proof, then I trust Dinyo Rinpoche. So I took all the Nyingmapas, all the tantric teachings from him. Then from his order, now you have to go to the Dilgo Chenje Rinpoche's place because there is the red Saraswati practice, which really I like to do in the proper way. So then Vinod says, this red Saraswati practice is now really, it is become very thin. When it is nearly to drop, the Rinpoche Rinpoche have this one. You have to go and pick up all teaching and run there under his guardian. You must hold that. So I went and I took teaching from the Rinpoche Rinpoche. So Rinpoche Rinpoche is my teacher. According to the my root teacher's order. Then after that, then Rinpoche Rinpoche ordered me, oh, you have to go and follow the Lama Karma Jalpo or Kusam Rinpoche. And you have to try to learn all the Rinzin Sokjub's course. That is the Charum, winds and channels, essence. That course has also very low. So now you have to go and practice with him. So then this Rinpoche, Kusang Dojo Rinpoche, so he is not sitting in one place. He is always moving. So I have to go to see him, each year I promise, each year I will do 3 months solitude retreat with him, wherever he is. So I will do the 3 months, that arrangement to living and doing everything. So I am following him. I am living in India and he is also in India, but he used to live in Darjeeling. Then I am living in the Nepal, then he is in the Sikkim. Then again Darjeeling, like this. So each year I have to go there to do the 3 months retreat where he is going in. So it took me to complete 3 months each year. It took me 10 years to finish up. So all that is finished. Then now he is living in my house.